Another attempt to see Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS. Amazingly, we had a lot of thick cirrus cloud there before sunset and looked like game over. But some of the cloud is dissipated, we now have a clear sector. I drove up the top of Slieve Gallion here because it offers a good view. I hope I don't get locked in because there's a gate that normally is closed. But anyway, not too bad so far. Only thing is I need that cloud to stay away for another hour. I'm not sure if it will or not, but I'll give it a go anyway. Lovely view here to the sunset point. The Comet should be somewhere up here in a while. I have my 5D Mark IV with 100-400 lens on it. I have my crop sensor with 50mm and I have the 10-inch telescope. So fingers crossed to get to see or photograph this comet before it clouds over for a lot of days in the future. It's been crazy trying to see it, but lovely sky anyway. Right, I'm going to get the drone up here. Well, hello everyone. This is the vlog after the night before when I got to meet a new visitor in the sky, the Comet. So I just want to do a quick overview of how that night went and how I enjoyed it so much. Well, as you know, any of you know who've been following me for a while will certainly know the comets are the greatest, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful natural phenomena and one of the most exciting to see in the night sky. And I've been tracking this comet since it was discovered, Tsuchinshan-ATLAS. Since its discovery in January 2023, I've been watching every update on it. I've been watching every image, every observation, tracking its performance right through into the present time. So it's of great interest to me, and I've been excited about it for nearly 2 years. So anyway, it survived its perihelion with the sun, which I knew it would, and so did many others, and now it's appeared in the Northern Hemisphere evening sky. But hence commenced the battle. Trying to get clear skies to see this comet has been really tough in Northern Ireland. I spent several nights out up on Tullyhogue Fort in Cookstown, getting battered by the wind, completely clear sky, only for a shower cloud to pass over the top of the comet. I never got to see it, so I was so disappointed. And then a cloudy night happened, and then that brings us to Monday night, the 14th of October. On this particular day, I was getting slightly optimistic of seeing the comet. Some of the models were showing clear breaks, but ours were showing clouds, so I was starting to lose hope. But I was prepared anyway. I packed the van with the telescope, the camera gear, got ready. My plan was to head to Benbrada and view the comet from there, because it looked to be more of a strategic clear spot in those gaps. Only thing was, as soon as literally 5 minutes after I left the house, I got a call from a mate alerting me to incredible amount of cirrus cloud over the western sky. And sure enough, I could see it in my rear view mirrors. It was coming down the road, so I pulled over, and that was it. The chase was over. An hour night wasted of seeing this comet. The whole western sky was full of cirrostratus clouds, really milky, thick stuff, and it was about a good 20 degrees high. And in my mate's area, it was actually nearly overhead, so it was coming in from the west. So that cancelled the whole thing. So I went. So I went back home, but an instinct told me to keep all the gear in the vehicle, and I did. Like, I chatting with Paul Martin, and we were studying the satellite images, and I realised there's actually a gap coming in behind that cirrus cloud. The cirrus cloud was moving northeast. There might be a clearance behind it, and it looked kind of promising. Some of the cirrus was starting to dissipate. So on a hunch, I literally just went straight up, literally minutes before sunset. I drove up Slieve Gallion, and I managed to get parked at the very top on the summit of the mountain. And amazingly, the sky was clear, more or less clear, a few hazy strips, but it was beautiful clear sky. The view was fantastic right down to the horizon, and the sky was covered in a gorgeous orange sunset afterglow. So I set up the equipment at the 10-inch f5 telescope. I had my 5D Mark IV with a 100 to 400mm lens. I had my 600D with a 50mm lens, and a pair of 10x42 binoculars and the drone. So I filmed some drone footage of me setting up with the gear sitting on top of the mountain for the memories. Then it was a matter of waiting. I waited and waited. The sky seemed to take quite a while getting dark. And during the twilight, I scanned along the horizon with the binoculars. Nothing visible at all. I could see planet Venus with the naked eye, no problem. And after a lot of sweeping and searching for about 10 degrees or so, 15 degrees above the horizon, I started to wonder what was happening, because I can't find it at all. Like, this is really strange. And it was approaching about 7:30. I really should have been seeing it by now, so my alarm bell's ringing. So either the comet has faded dramatically, or I'm losing my touch. I've been observing comets for a long time through telescopes and binoculars, and with as much modesty as I can get, it should be a walk in the park for me to find this thing. Well, I couldn't find it, so I was kind of flabbergasted for a while, and the clock was ticking, and I was worried cloud was going to come in. Would this be another night in vain? And suddenly, after 7:30, I looked up, and there it was with the naked eye, much higher in the sky than I expected. I couldn't believe it. It was well up the western sky, and I'd seen this fuzzy star, and then I could see a naked eye tail just straight upward like a searchlight beam to the upper left. That was really cool. I was kind of shocked by that. And even in the bright twilight, before it even darkened down, I could see 15 degrees of naked eye tail, which was impressive. So I got the cameras out, started shooting time lapses in a mad panic to get some kind of view of it. I was looking at it through the binoculars, scanning up and down the tail. I was peekabooing through the telescope, looking at the coma. The nice condensation at centre, and a degree of condensation between 6 and 7. I reckon it was somewhere in the order of magnitude 1.5 to 1 at best, so it's definitely naked eye. Now, as the sky darkened down somewhat more, the full extent of the tail became visible. There was cloud flying by me, and fog blowing by up on the summit, so I was getting glimpses of clear slots for maybe 10 seconds, then it would cloud over again, and then we got another couple of seconds, and it would cloud over, then it would clear for a bit, and then completely cloud over, and then fog would be all over the place. So I was getting these glimpses, and during those glimpses I easily seen 20 degrees of naked eye tail. That's equivalent of the apparent diameter of 40 full moons, so that's quite a big area of sky. And then on the images I could see an anti-tail pointing down towards the sun, which is amazing. So wow, what a beautiful object. Hold on, check this camera. Yeah, still recording. So I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I've never felt such relief in years to have this big build up and worrying about being clouded out, and then on a hunch the sky just cleared. On a whim it just cleared, just unexpectedly, and I got treated this beautiful show. So yes, a lovely naked eye comet. In my opinion, it has the best naked eye tail in the northern hemisphere since Hale-Bopp in 1997. So that's 27-year wait. A very nice object. I didn't get too long to enjoy it because I was trying to get images, and I wasn't really happy with my images, but got a record of it anyway. But I was just so delighted to see it and to get that one-on-one experience. Apart from Rhea, my dog here, she was with me. That was her first comet. It just felt like a nice communion with the sky to see this thing one-on-one. So really, really cool. I'm delighted. I'm buzzing still. And to think that this happened literally hot on the heels a few days after the biggest aurora in over 20 years. We had the G4 aurora, which was visually the most spectacular, second most spectacular aurora I've ever seen in my life. It was an incredible experience. I met up all the guys. We had a wonderful night observing that under clear skies. We couldn't believe it. Remarkable scene from nature. Just the stuff dreams are made of. I'll maybe have some time lapse of that to render later. And that was just a few months previous to that. We had the May G5 event, which was an incredible event. So we had these two incredible auroras. And then we have, a couple of nights later, this naked eye comet, the brightest one in 27 years. So, wow, what an amazing time this is. October has been astonishing between auroras and this comet. Wow, just a real treat. The night sky really has been talking this year. So anyway, I'm absolutely buzzing. This is a short video I made of the comet, just a short time lapse. We're problems again with the cloudy weather, but I'm hoping some stage this week or weekend we'll get clear skies again. And even though the comet will be fading, after about the 19th, the moon will start to wane and we'll start to get a darker window in the evening sky each night. So even though it's starting to fade, it'll be better placed and it'll be in a darker sky. So it'll still be a nice object with binoculars, probably faint naked eye and probably very photogenic on camera. So I plan to get out for a few more shoots and try to get some better images. So looking forward to that. So anyway, fantastic comet. Tsuchinshan-ATLAS, it delivered, it lived up to expectations and it performed perfectly. So what a lovely object. So if you get a chance, check it out. Western sky, maybe 40 minutes to an hour after sunset. It's about halfway up the sky between Serpent's Caput and Ophiuchus, and it's moving to the upper left or northeast each night. If you're not sure what you're looking at, just use a pair of binoculars to scan for it. If you don't have those, use your phone or take an exposure over your camera and you'll probably find it on there first, and then you'll know where to look. As a matter of fact, while I was on the top of Slieve Gallion, this guy pulled up in the car with his young son to show him the comet, and he held up his mobile phone and took a picture of it and showed me, and it was like, wow, the mobile phone just captured the entire thing perfectly, actually nicer than any of the images I got. So while it's still bright, go out and shoot it. This is a comet for everybody, and comets are very special. They are unique. These are the objects that have caused mass extinctions in Earth's history. They have totally wiped out or caused cataclysmic events and affected the climate. They've hit other planets and the moons of other planets. These are objects that totally divert the course of evolution and the destiny of any living species on any planet. But they also bring the building blocks of life. These are the objects that have brought the Sean particles that may have been the precursor to life on Earth. They may also have been responsible for bringing water for the Earth's oceans. So in a way, these comets are our ancestors. They're double-edged swords. They can take life, but they can give it as well. So these were feared by humanity in the past, but now we understand them on a scientific level and how special they are. So when you see a comet, you really are looking at your own ancestor, and you're looking at something that's about 4.5 billion years old, even older than the Earth. So amazing. Enjoy it. Anyway, I've talked too much. Hopefully I'll get back with another video soon and some more images. Good luck.